Now, as expected, global markets are reacting sharply to the tensions in the Middle East. The US and Israel have launched coordinated attacks on Iran at the weekend, sparking retaliatory airstrikes. These developments signal a significant shift in Middle East geopolitics, raising immediate concerns about global stability, particularly around energy supply and key international trade routes. This uncertainty has already begun to impact investor confidence, with analysts closely monitoring potential consequences for oil prices, inflation, and broader economic growth. Let's get your reaction closer to home now. Bring in the CEO of the Black Business Council, Kganki Matabane, who joins us now via our video link. Good to have you on the program, sir. Thanks very much indeed for making time. As somebody who has an invested interest in, I suppose, the entrepreneurial performance of the country, I'm sure you'd have watched with the rest of the world what's taking place in the Middle East. Given the ripple effects, we might be quite a geographical distance away from what's taking place there, but the impact could be felt everywhere in the world.
Good morning, Ayanda, and good morning to the viewers of SABC News. We really hope that the war is not going to take that long. It will end as soon as possible. Because I'm sure you've seen even the rand. The rand is previously strengthened against the dollar, but now it's around 18 rand something. So we're already seeing that impact there. We're also seeing the impact on the crude oil. The crude oil is basically gone up. Price has gone up, but also remember the closure of Qatar and Emirates airlines and the hub. If you remember, the Emirates hub is the biggest in the world. Almost all the goods that are going all over the world will have to pass there, or passengers will have to pass there. And we know even now we've got business people who are stuck in Dubai. We can't come to South Africa. We can't go where they were supposed to go to have meetings. So the impact is going to be very, very, very big. Remember also, we've got globalization. So we are not necessarily just sitting here in the global south, at the tip of Africa, at the bottom of Africa. We are part of the globalization world. So we're going to seriously get impacted. The cargos, for example, it's going to be very difficult. The insurance premium is going to increase. Some of the harbors will be closed. So we've got a very, very serious challenge that if the war takes longer, the impact on us will happen. And the oil price will also then affect the energy cost for ourselves. So we all use energy in different forms, and that is going to go up in the next few months because of the war that is happening in Iran.
Yeah, the rand to the dollar currently at 16.17. It's definitely lost some ground because it was hovering around 16.05, I think, on Friday. And you speak about oil prices, which is where I was hoping to go to next. I mean, we've heard of 3 ships being under attack in the Strait of Hormuz. That's where a lot of oil passes. And in fact, as you mentioned, if this is sustained, what might very happen is oil prices will be driven up, and once again for us here in South Africa and for many people around the world, that might signal an uptick in inflation.
Yeah, the Strait of Hormuz is very, very important. 1/5 of the oil passes there every day. So 20 million barrels of oil passes there every day, and once it's closed, you have to find an alternative route, which may not even be feasible. And that will then, because of the demand and supply, will increase the prices. And that will hit us not even late, I think probably maybe next month when we're doing the reconciliation of the prices will hit South Africa. And then again, the global supply chains are going to be affected. We are interconnected, and then, for example, if you want to service a car, the parts are not necessarily coming from South Africa, will come from somewhere else, so may have to wait a little bit longer. So if you're running a business, you've got a machine that, for example, now is supposed to be on service. You are waiting for a part from another part of the world. There's a possibility that that can be delayed, which then means that you may have to wait for some time without production. And then that is not necessarily good for your business. So we really hope the war is going to be ended very, 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 very soon, and so that we can go back to normal business.
Yeah. South Africa, of course, is a price taker, so there's not much we can do about global oil prices. But I'm wondering, Kganki, whether from your vantage point, there's any kind of plan that we could put together to cushion the blow for entrepreneurs if this is sustained.
Yeah, the plans are there, but usually, for example, to change supply chains take a little bit of time to look at other markets, other routes that are not necessarily directly affected. For example, now the routes that are mainly affected are the Middle East. There are still other routes to the US, for example, to Europe, to China, India, and other places without going via Dubai and via Qatar. So there are still other limited routes that are open, but Qatar and Dubai are the biggest routes, so things are still going to be affected. But we hope the impact will be minimized by looking at the alternatives routes that are there in the aviation space. And then the challenge, I think, is the Strait of Hormuz is very difficult to get an alternative there. So we'll just have to wait and see how the transportation of oil is going to happen.
Absolutely. Kganki Matabane, thanks for your take. Really do appreciate it. Kganki is the CEO of the Black Business Council. Once again, we appreciate your time.